Welcome back. I thought it might be time to revisit the writing system for Unreal Engine 5. I have had a lot of people asking about it and figured I'd put an updated explanation on how to get the new writing system plugin working. Unfortunately, it hasn't been updated to the newer engine version past 5.0. We're looking at you, AEY. You'll need to get some horse and rider animations to use this plugin. I highly recommend Malba's horse animset. It is well worth the little bit of money he's asking. It has everything you'll need for this tutorial and so much more. An awesome choice for these, and, when all is done, I believe your peers will be impressed. So without further ado, let's get on with it. First, make sure to have the horse animset and writing system plugin installed, restarted and ready to go. I'll just use the third-person character blueprint for this example. Add the writing system component and create two Boolean variables, one called isOverlappingMount and the other isWriting. Select the mesh and add a box collision. Right-click the box collision and get a Begin Overlap event. Pull from Begin Overlap and type Provide Overlap Information. Connect the other actor to overlapped actor and the other comp to overlapped component. Drag in the box collision and connect it to the box collision in Provide Overlap Information. Then, drag in isOverlappingMount Boolean, connect it and tick it to True. Right-click on the box collision and get the on-end overlap, drag in isOverlappingMount, connect it and leave it unticked. Right-click and get an event tick. Drag in the writing system component. Drag off and get isWriting. Then drag our Boolean variable for isWriting and connect them. Right-click and type key F and select the F key. Drag in isOverlappingMount and connect it to a branch node. Drag off True and type Mount. It should be from the writing system component. Create a new function called getComponents. Add two outputs. One being writing comp, choose the object reference, the other being camera comp, again choose its object reference. Drag in the writing system component and connect it to the writing comp pin, and the follow camera to the camera comp pin. Select the riding system component and tick the camera transform box below, then, set the transform duration to 1. Select the capsule component and change the collision preset from pawn to custom. Then, tick the box to ignore camera. Do the same for the mesh. Compile and save. Now, for the horse blueprint. Right-click and select Blueprint class and click on Character. Name it BP_Mount Character and open it. In the class settings, type Mount and select Mount Character. This is the plugin. Compile, save, and close this blueprint. Right-click on Mount Character and select Create Child Blueprint Class. Name it BP_Horse and open it. Select the mesh and choose your horse for the mesh. Adjust it down -90 on the Z-axis, then, rotate it -90 degrees on the Z-axis. If you'd like, move the horse backward to center the capsule component, if needed. You'll need to adjust the right and left mount areas as well as the right and left mount locations. On the left mount location, change the rotation of the Z-axis 180 degrees, otherwise the character will turn the wrong way when mounting. Click on the root, BP_horse to highlight it and scroll down to camera transforms and tick the box to true, then, set the transform duration to 1. Align the left and right mount areas, as well as the left and right mount locations. These are where your character will need to be to mount and dismount the horse. Add a scene component and name it Rider. Drag it over the mesh to parent it to the mesh. Make sure your rider scene is rotated 90 degrees on the Z-axis. Adjust the rider scene component to where you'd like the character to actually sit while riding. Parent it to the mount point on the horse's spine 2 socket. Select the camera boom and adjust it up, then, set its target arm length to 500. Compile and save. Head over to the event graph and delete all the nodes but the begin play. Drag in the rider scene component, pull off it and type rider LOC. Select, set, and connect it to the begin play node. Right-click and type possessed. Drag off and get a delay. Set it to 0.01. Drag off and get a disable movement node, then, drag for another delay set to 2. Drag once again and type set movement mode and set it to walking. Right-click and type key F, and select the F key again. Right-click nearby and type Get Components. You'll need to untick the context-sensitive box, then, select the function from the third-person blueprint. Drag off the target and cast to the third-person character and convert it to a pure cast. Drag off the cast's target and type rider actor. From Get Components, drag and type dismount. Then, connect the riding component to the riding system comp and the camera component to the rider camera. After this, drag for another delay, set it to 0.01 and then another disable movement node. I don't know why this one didn't place the character movement component with it. No worries. Just drag it in and connect it. This is a very important step. Go to the third-person character blueprint. In the event graph, highlight and copy all of the default nodes and comments that come pre-coded with the blueprint. Paste them in the horse blueprint. If you compile, you'll probably need to right-click the turn rate gamepad variable and select Create Variable. It should compile fine now. You can save at this point. Now, for the fun part. Open the Horse Enumset Meshes, Mannequin, Character, Mesh folder. Select the skeletal mesh and open it. Click Window, Asset Details. Under Compatible Skeletons, click the plus icon and add the UE for Mannequin from Game, Characters, Mannequin, UE4. Close this window, save and close. Do the same by opening Content, Characters, Mannequin, UE4, Meshes, SK_Mannequin Skeleton. Click Window, Asset Details and under Compatible Skeletons select the Horse Enumset Mannequin. close the window and save. If you close this skeleton and open it again, you can see if it worked by looking at the new animations that should now be added to the skeleton. With that, we can now go and retarget the rider animations to the UE5 mannequin. Heading over to the Horse AnimSet Rider V2 animations, we can select all the animations, right-click and retarget them. Using the UE4 to UE5 Mani retargeter. Changing the target folder to created folders, for easier locating later on. We can check them to see if they came over correctly. When satisfied, just save all. We are going to need a couple of blend spaces for this demonstration. Head to the animation folder for the UE5 Mani character, right-click and choose Blend Space 1D from the animation menu. Selecting the UE5 skeleton, naming it BS_riding, then open it. I'll name the horizontal axis speed. Search for Rider Idle and drag it to the left side. If you hold the Shift key, it will snap to the closest position. Then, I'll search and find the Rider Gallop animation and drop it on the far right of the blend space. Holding Ctrl, I can drag the icon across and test the animations, then, maybe change the maximum axis value to 750 and readjust the blend space. Save and close this one. I'll create the horse blend space in the same way, in the third-person folder, getting another animation, Blend Space 1D. This time, choosing the horse skeleton. In the same way, changing the horizontal axis name to speed, and the maximum axis value to 750. Grabbing the horse idle animation to the left and the horse gallop animation set to the right. Save it and close. We are going to need the animation montages for mounting left and right, as well as dismounting left or right. I'll be doing dismounts from both sides, for later on. Maybe. Heading back to the Many Animations, Rider folder. Select the rider dismount, left or right and both rider mount, left and right animations, then, right-click and create animation montage. Open one of HE mounting montages, pause it and search for the position where the character will start the ascent into the saddle. Right-click in the Notifies track and select Add Notify State, then, Montage Notify window. Find the midway point in the ascent and drag the notify to that position. You can right-click and copy the values for Notify Begin Time and Anim Notify State Duration and pass them into the opposite side of the mount, since they will need to be the same anyway. Look for where the character will start its sit and remember that time. Here it looks like about 1.45. The same can be done for the dismount animation. If you are only using one side, you won't need to copy and paste to the other. Back in the third-person character blueprint, event graph, look for the mount node and place your mount montages in their respective places. Open one of the animation montages for the mounts, then, copy and paste the values as it calls for in the mount node. Then, head to the BP_horse blueprint and do the same for the dismount node. This time, you'll need to choose the side you are dismounting from. Copy and paste the start and halfway points. Then, enter the grounded time. Open the Many Animation Blueprint. Drag from Try Get Pawn Owner and type Cast to third-person character, then convert it to a pure cast. Drag from the cast and type Get is riding. Promote this to a variable and connect it to the set ground speed. Compile and save, then open the anim graph. In Locomotion, drag off and add a new state called riding. Drag out a return to idle, look for the riding blend space and drop it on riding. Go to idle to riding, drag in and get is riding, connect it to the can enter transition. Then, for the return, drag in is riding and pull for a not boolean, and connect it to the can enter transition. Compile and save. Close this and create an animation blueprint for the horse. Make sure to connect it to the horse's skeleton and call it ABP_horse. Open it and pull from Try Get Pawn Owner, type Get Velocity. Then, pull and type Vector Length. Promote it to a variable called Speed and connect it to Update Animation. Pull from Try Get Pawn Owner and type Get Actor Rotation, then pull from Get Velocity again and type Calculate Direction. Connect Get Actor Rotation to Calculate Direction's base rotation, promoting its value to a variable named Direction. Connect it to the Set Speed node. Compile, save and open the anim graph. Create a new state machine named Locomotion, connect it to the output and open it. Add a new state called Locomotion and drop the BS_horse on it. Open it and drag in the speed variable, then connect it to speed. Compile, save and close this. Open the BP_horse blueprint, select Mesh, and add the ABP_horse to the animation blueprint section. Check to make sure the horse is idling, compile and save. Open the animations we used for the rider montages, not the montages themselves. Scroll down and tick the box for Force Root Lock. For each one we created a montage from. Save all and, finally, you can drag your BP_horse blueprint into the scene and press play to test it out. It should be working just fine. Go ahead, run around, testing the mounts, from both sides, and dismounts also. There might be some minor tweaks that need to be done, in the mount points and locations, maybe the rider scene, to adjust the height of the seating. You may want to, later on, use a regular blend space for added realism, who knows? This is a nice starting off point for whatever you are creating. I hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and as always, have fun.